What's up, everybody? This is Know Thyself Part 7. Know Thyself Part 7. So, we're going to go over habits, what it means. Habits are regular, often unconscious behaviors or routines that people perform consistently over time. They are patterns of thought, action, and emotional responses that become ingrained through repetition, often require little to no conscious thought once established. Habits can be constructive or deconstructive. Over time, these repeated cycles shape one's behavior and character, influencing personal growth, productivity, and overall well being. Character. Our habits, the seemingly mundane actions we perform daily, are more than just routines. They are windows into our true selves. Through these regular, often unconscious behaviors, we reveal our intentions, values, and priorities, whether we intend to or not. While words might portray an image of who we aspire to be, it is our habits, the combinations of our actions and intentions in various circumstances that show who we truly are. These patterns of behavior serves as a mirror of our character, displaying for the world ourselves and our deepest traits. Habits develop through repetition and become ingrained in our daily lives, eventually requiring little conscious thought. These behaviors, whether beneficial or harmful, shape who we are over time. Positive habits like exercising regularly, practicing kindness, or dedicating time to self improvement showcase values such as discipline, empathy, and growth. Conversely, habits that detract from well being, such as procrastination, neglecting responsibilities, or engaging in negative self talk, reveal tendencies towards avoidance, lack of self care, or low self worth. More significantly, habits reflect a commitment to our values. When we repeatedly prioritize specific behaviors, we demonstrate that these values are not fleeting preferences but central to our identity. For example, a person who makes time each day for volunteer work, such as or acts with integrity, even in small decisions, illustrate a core commitment to compassion and honesty. While grand actions can make an impression, it is these regular, uncelebrated habits that consistently showcase one's characters. Others observe these patterns and often judge our character based on the consistency of these actions, as repeated behaviors build a recognizable and predictable pattern. Unlike spoken intention, which can sometimes mask insecurities or appear insincere, habits are often raw and unfiltered. They become a direct display of our priorities, whether or not we are aware of the message they send. Even if we claim to value health through our speech, for instance, it is our habits of eating, exercising, and self care that reveal our real commitment to that value. This transparency makes habits a powerful reflection of the inner self, showcasing our true intentions in ways that are difficult to hide. Habits function as patterns, looping through cycles of cue, routine, and reward. Over time, these cycles become so automatic that they define us in the eyes of others and ourselves. Our regular routines are powerful indicators of our mindset and goals, leaving little room for pretense. While intentions can easily be crafted to impress, habits are visible and honest, often revealing truths we might not openly acknowledge. People naturally use these patterns to judge who we are, relying on the consistent actions we display as evidence of our true character. Acting out of character. These are times when individuals act out of character, displaying behaviors that break from their established patterns. When this occurs, it often signals a shift within, a response to a change in circumstances, emotional state, or even values. Acting out of character can reflect internal struggles, unresolved stress, or a desire for change. For example, a person known for their patience may unexpectedly react with anger or impatience during a stressful period. This break from the norm suggests that they are facing challenges that disrupt their usual temperament, revealing potential areas for self-reflection or growth. In these moments, one might learn to cultivate patience in future situations, choose to walk away to maintain peace, or assertively address any transgressions made against them. Shifts in behavior can also reflect personal transformation. Sometimes a person who once practiced destructive habits may begin to act with greater self-care and responsibility, signaling a positive change in values or mindset. On the other hand, if a person who was consistently reliable begins to act irresponsibly, it might indicate unresolved issues or conflicts. In each case, the shift in habits highlight an internal change, marking a period of transition or struggle. In moments when our actions diverge from established patterns, it is crucial to assess why the change has occurred. These out-of-character actions may reveal unaddressed stresses, evolving beliefs, or even hidden aspirations. By examining these shifts, we can better understand ourselves and identify areas where growth or intervention may be necessary. The role of consistency. Consistency is central to personal growth, as it solidifies intentions into lasting characteristics. By repeatedly engaging in positive behaviors, we reinforce our commitment to self-improvement and create a stable foundation for growth. For example, consistently practicing gratitude or mindfulness not only cultivates a sense of peace, but also ingrains these qualities as part of one's character. On the other hand, when habits are inconsistent, growth becomes a difficult endeavor and unreliable, making it more challenging to solidify values. Maintaining consistency also builds trust and integrity. Others come to recognize our character through repeated behavior, and when our actions align consistently with our values, we earn credibility. However, when our behavior frequently changes or shifts without clear reason, it can create confusion or doubt, both within ourselves and for those around us. Striving for consistency in our habits solidifies our identity in both our eyes and in the eyes of others, fostering stability and reliability. Habits, whether constructive or destructive, or reflections of our character, revealing our intentions, values, and identity in ways that words alone cannot. These patterns of behavior, repeated daily, are transparent indicators of who we are, as they reveal our priorities and commitments without deception. While a single grand action may capture attention, it is the steady habits that define us over time. Our habits make other people judge our character based on these patterns, which are consistent enough to give them a sense of who we truly are. All right? So this was Know Thyself, habits, right? So our daily actions, right? The patterns that we take creates a specific habit. And our habits solidify and becomes part of our characteristics, part of our character, right? What you practice every single day, what you do every single day, this is what develops as our habits. And you cannot camouflage your habits because they're ingrained in you. In order to change your habit, you need to be consciously aware of the patterns you take and break the cycle and patterns. You see? This is the beauty of self-awareness. When you're self-aware, when you have conscious, when you're very conscious of who you are, right? If you don't like a behavior, change the pattern. And if you're consistent enough in changing the pattern, it becomes a habit. And once that habit is solidified, this then becomes part of your character. So I'm here to tell you, it's not late to change. It's not. Even an elderly person can change if they're consciously aware of the habits that they display, and if they want to. That's another key thing. If they want to. You see? If they want to, that's the key. Because you can change from good to evil, evil to good, not just like that, but it is possible for you to change your ways. You see? I'm of the belief that it's never too late to change your ways unless you're on your deathbed, right? Unless you're probably like 80, 90, right? But even then, it's still possible to change, because I've seen many people, even when they get older, certain lessons they should have learned when they were younger, they learned it very late, and they still change, you see? So, I hope you like this video. Please like this video. Please comment. If you have comments, if you like this video, if you don't like this video, you can comment down below. I'll try to respond to you. Peace.